In the world of YouTube, few creators have experienced a rise as meteoric and a fall as dramatic as iDubbbz. Once hailed as the king of edgy comedy and fearless criticism, Ian, better known as iDubbbz, built his empire on channel series like Content Cop, Kickstarter Crap, and Bad Unboxing. These videos didn't just entertain, they defined a generation of internet culture, exposing the flaws and hypocrisies of fellow creators with biting humor and unapologetic honesty. But as the years passed, the very traits that made him a YouTube icon began to alienate his audience. Couple that with Ian being called out for his past content and racism, Ian eventually switched his content, calling it immature and embarrassing. Building an audience on edgy content and then calling the audience the basement-dwelling weirdos is a big reason why iDubbbz is hated within his own community. But I'm getting far too ahead of myself. Let's take it back just a little bit. But before we continue, subscribe to the channel to join the best community on YouTube. And thank you all for the support and the comments on my last couple of videos. Comment down below to be featured in future videos. Now, if you look at the iDubbbz channel, the very first video that is still available to watch as of today is one titled Kickstarter Crap, Paintball Panda, The Bamboo Tales. This video was posted in September of 2013. Keep in mind though that this wasn't the first ever video posted to his channel. It's just the oldest video that we can still watch as of today. Like most commentary creators back in the mid 2010s, iDubbbz was pretty edgy and extremely toxic. If you're a new fan of iDubbbz, you probably won't understand just how toxic he was until you watch his older videos. But back then, it wasn't this rare thing to be toxic on YouTube. I feel like every commentary channel around this time focused solely on shock value and how they spoke about other creators. A series that became wildly popular for iDubbbz was his Content Cop videos. The majority of these videos have been deleted off of iDubbbz's channel as of today for a variety of different reasons. Some due to YouTube cracking down on bullying within the platform, but others just because he changed what he wanted to have on his channel. But back in the mid 2010s, these videos helped skyrocket his career. See, this wasn't a regular commentary video where you watch the creator play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and listen to them babble for 10 minutes. iDubbbz actually produced these videos to be much more than that, involving skits that pertain to the creator he was speaking about. These videos almost instantly hooked his growing audience, and they wanted more and more of these videos. The first ever Content Cop video was on a creator that I spoke about before named Jinx. I reference this video a lot because this was the first video that took iDubbbz to higher heights, but also at the same time destroyed Jinx's career. This video, even as a re-uploaded video, has over 74,000 views. That's how transcending it was. You have to remember that this video was posted almost 10 years ago and then re-uploaded last year. So to see this video still climb in views is pretty impressive. In total, iDubbbz released 13 Content Cops on a plethora of different creators. His last 3 were against Tanamojo, Jake Paul, and RiceGum. But after the RiceGum video, there would never be another Content Cop posted to the channel. He slowly transitioned his content from Content Cop videos to bad unboxing videos, where he would parody unboxing channels. But as time went on, he'd even grow away from these videos as well. Around 2016 was when iDubbbz met and started dating Anissa, who he'd later marry. Now, because there was no one to point the finger at for why iDubbbz stopped creating the Content Cop series and started to post more cookie-cutter content, his community started to put the blame onto his relationship with Anissa. This hatred for Anissa from Ian's fans would only worsen as time went on, and it would only get worse because in 2020, Anissa stated that she was creating an OnlyFans account. Now, if you're a longtime viewer of Ian's content, you would know just how critical Ian was against streamers or creators who use their appearance to get subs and views and money. So Anissa creating an account on OnlyFans and iDubbbz being okay with it was seen as hypocritical by his fanbase, which again, he grew by slamming on creators like Anissa. In response to this, iDubbbz posted a video titled Sex Workers, iDubbbz Complains. This was just the start of Ian distancing himself from his toxic fan base. In the video, Ian says that he doesn't want anyone to look up to him if they were only looking up to him because of his toxic behavior that he used to do in older videos.
I didn't think it would be a controversial opinion either. A good amount of people are just doing the reasonable thing and just making jokes and laughing about it. But there's a whole nother group of people who feel personally devastated and betrayed. You lied to us. First of all, I'm not your fucking dad. Like, if you don't want to look up to me anymore, that's fine. I don't want you to look up to me. First up, we got Edward. He probably got told by a lot of people that he looks like iDubbbz, and he really liked that because iDubbbz was cool. But now that iDubbbz is a simp, now he's gonna go in full baby Wawa mode. Do you think it was cool when I was running around in an oversized cop outfit? That was cool to you. It's because he's a hypocrite. He makes content cop and targets people, but he himself have girlfriend whoring herself, and he does nothing about it. What am I gonna do? Do you think I should just like take a shotgun to her head? No, bitch. It's time to die now. No, iDubbbz, you should break up with her. But I'm cool with it.
People hated this video. In the comments, people wrote, and at this point in history, the fan base was divided. And this is the day that Ian truly lost it all. In 2020, iDubbbz started to focus on influencer boxing way more than posting videos onto YouTube. So there was a lack in uploads for a good amount of time. The first boxing event that iDubbbz put together was Creator Clash. This saw him main event and lose to Dr. Mike.
Oh, we're so sorry to hear about your brother that passed away. He gets 5 big booms. Boom! 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 Boom!
But the event itself did fairly well, selling over 100,000 pay-per-views. This success saw iDubbbz double down and announce Creator Clash 2. Now, even though the first event went pretty smoothly, this second boxing event was headlined by controversy and drama. For one, it wasn't advertised as heavily as the first Creator Clash. It just seemed like an afterthought. And two, leading up to the fight, Ian would kick Froggy Fresh off of the card. This was due to a bunch of different reasons, and fans speculate it could have been from the back and forth that Tyler had with Anissa and her mom on Twitter. But others felt like it was because Tyler was training with another creator named Sam Hyde, who at this point is a walking troll, who also had some pretty bad things to say about Ian and Anissa throughout their history. iDubbbz eventually posted a video speaking about the Froggy Fresh situation and explained in depth why he kicked Tyler off of the card.
Kicking Froggy Fresh from the Creator Clash card. The main reason Froggy was kicked from the card was for collaborating with Sam Hyde. And for anyone who's been following the story, that's fairly obvious. Froggy has explained his side of the story multiple times, and unfortunately, he's been perpetuating a narrative that it's about OnlyFans or that it's about Anissa's mom, and that's extremely deceptive because he knows why he was kicked from the card. The one indication I gave him was Sam Hyde, and I wasn't unclear about that. Anyone who's mentioning the fact that Harley trained with Sam Hyde for the year previous, that was before Sam was saying this about my wife.
I don't think so, Anissa. Bitch. Ho. Fucking Anissa. What an ugly piece of shit. But look how beat she is. Oh, nice jack-o'-lantern teeth. That's like I can't wait to see what she looks like when she's 32. Her teeth look like a pumpkin head. Like it's the Anissa Joma hole stretcher. I'm sending this to Anissa's OnlyFans. It goes directly into charity. Yeah. Everybody hates him and his wife's a slut.
So yeah, now that this guy is on the daily insulting my wife, I think it's pretty fair to, not want to associate with him in any way. We did ban Sam from the first event, so it's not as if he's confused about where he stands in all this. I don't like him. And Froggy knows that. Froggy knows that I don't like him. Of course, that's why he was banned. None of this is like news to Froggy. Froggy knew all of this going into it. For anyone who's under the impression that Froggy has been like reasonable and chill and respectful through this whole process, he hasn't been. He's been a piece of shit. All right, I'm such a victim for getting kicked off the Creator Clash event when I knew what would get me kicked off the Creator Clash event, and now you're like, I don't want to box anymore. It's like, come on. If you look at my text exchange with Froggy, it's very clear that I didn't want to kick him from the card. I got to the point where I was like, okay, I don't want you working or training with Sam Hyde, but you're doing that, so all right, I'll look past it. I don't want you making content with Sam Hyde, but it seems like that's a real deal breaker for you, so I guess I'll look past it. It came to the point where I was like, can you postpone releasing content with Sam Hyde?
Yes, kicking Tyler off of the card was a terrible decision because there was only a few weeks left before the actual event. But what it boils down to is a lack of actually advertising the event. The only real publicity that the event got in the first place was the backlash from kicking Tyler off of the event. But other than that, it wasn't this huge talking point that was being brought up time after time after time. Along with terrible advertising, iDubbbz severely alienated his audience when he went on Anthony's YouTube channel and spoke about his audience and how they were all basement-dwelling weirdos.
Kind of guiding the path a little bit. I did not like the interactions that I had with fans. there were quite a few human beings that I interacted with.
In person?
Yeah, in person, that just sucked. They just sucked because I attracted a lot of people who sucked. Some people were, as I described earlier, were very much like antisocial, weird basement dwellers. And, you know, the one time a month that they come out of their cave is going to restock on supplies at Walmart, and they run into me, their favorite YouTuber.
Which is kind of the lifestyle you were living at the time.
Yeah, exactly. I don't blame them.
And what would they say? What would they do?
Things that I am certainly not going to repeat. I'm talking bad words, cringy behavior that, like, maybe I'd do in a video because I got a camera pointed at me. There'd be some of that energy matched in person, and it's like, oh, maybe not.
So when you were on camera doing it, you felt like it was just for comedy, for entertainment?
Yeah, I mean, generally, yeah. And then, you know, it's just antisocial, weird behavior. Surely you've had some fans, like, quoting smosh shit.
Yeah, when they're like, shut up! And I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, that was a lot.
I mean, that's pretty much all I'm talking about, but maybe change the word shut up to something worse. And then.
So words that we only say by describing the first letter?
Yeah, exactly. Man, what a powerful way of putting it.
But they would hear you ironically using language like that, and then they would throw it back at you unironically.
Yeah. After having enough of those experiences and being like, these are the people that I'm attracting, these are the people that I'm entertaining, like, I need to reevaluate things. They're relating and enjoying this content for a reason, and that's not maybe the same reason that I'm trying to make. I had a very Wild West mentality when it came to online behavior. Like, people are going to do what they want to do, people are going to say what they want to say, and I can pretty much do the same because it's the internet, but I think you have to be a lot more responsible.
This video came out in March of 2023, and Creator Clash 2 happened the following month in April. So obviously this impacted how his audience felt about Ian. And even if he wasn't speaking about all of his audience, he still put them in a box, making everyone who watched him feel like a weirdo. And when you do that to your audience, they will not support you with whatever you do. Creator Clash 2 ended up being a catastrophic failure. Compared to the first event, the second one only sold 50,000 pay-per-views. But iDubbbz had more expenses, renting out a bigger venue and having more YouTubers at the event. Creator Clash 2 was so bad that actually lost money, and charities were left with no donations. But we wouldn't get an explanation as to why until May, when iDubbbz posted a video addressing the elephant in the room. But before that video, iDubbbz posted a different video called I Miss the Old iDubbbz. In this video, he speaks about his past content and how it impacted a lot of people in a negative light. He apologizes to his audience and to Tana Mojo for harassing her in person. He pretty much reflects on his past content and how it wasn't great and how it was really harmful. And I can agree. After I watched that Tana Mojo video, I can agree that it was really harmful. Him using the N-word a ton, it was just really bad. And saying a ton of slurs, all for shock value, was terrible. But him apologizing for his behavior was a step in the right direction.
I'm sorry to everyone that I made content cop videos on. I still don't like the majority of you, and that's fine, but I can recognize that you did not deserve the hate and harassment that I sent your way. I particularly want to apologize to Tana. Tana, I'm sorry. I should have never made that video. I harassed Tana in person and then harassed her online, and that's deplorable behavior. It's so stupid. I'm also sorry to all the black viewers and minority groups who had to put up with that video and put up with, you know, the phrases. I said either it's all okay or none of it's okay. And that's just so dangerous and stupid. I have made content that I'm proud of over the years. It hasn't been as consistent as maybe I'd like it to have been, but you know, there is a lot of content that I think had a net positive on the world, and you know, I'm going to strive to continue on that trend. But again, I'm absolutely going to continue to make mistakes, but I want the mistakes to be a lot smaller and a lot less serious.
This video had a pretty positive feedback from his community, but of course there were some that were still upset that Ian was making the switch and apologizing for his past behavior when they felt that he shouldn't have. After this video, he posted the video about Creator Clash 2 failing and why he thought that it failed.
50,000 compared to 100,000 the first year. So I was wrong, and I feel a lot of shame because a lot of people were trusting me and trusting our team to, protect the event and protect the charities and protect just the whole thing. It feels particularly bad because this isn't like a regular business where it's all a personal loss and I can just be like, oh, okay, I suck at business, and I walk away from it. All of the other fighters were, hoping that their charities got represented and got supported for all their hard work. But we didn't have any anti-piracy measures. We weren't prepared to deal with what ended up happening. I mean, I was just thinking, like, let's just avoid catastrophe. As long as there's, like, not, like, I don't know, like a bomb threat or, like, injuries or anything crazy, like, we should be fine. This should just be like the first year. I don't want it to be more complicated than the first year. It ended up being a lot more complicated. Amongst the 800 pirated streaming sites, there were between 1.3 and 3 million viewers. So even though there were around 50,000 pay-per-view buys, there were around 1.3 to 3 million viewers, people who actually watched the full broadcast. And that's a little bit reassuring. It makes me feel like, okay, people maybe do want to watch this. They just didn't, they just either couldn't afford it or just didn't want to support what I had going on. If it's 1 or 2 steps to pirate it, but it's 3 or 4 steps to stream it legitimately, people are going to take the pirating option every time. I think we also had a big streamer audience. That's who we are appealing to. I really like the live stream audience. People who want to watch these events live, and they watch things on Twitch and YouTube, and they get it all for free generally. So I think it was, in a lot of ways, bad to appeal to that crowd and not give away the stream for free. I think a lot of them felt like, well, this should be something that's free, especially if you have ads in it. Aside from the pirating, we did have higher expenses this year. It was a bigger arena. We went to the Amalie Arena, so it was twice as big. We paid more for broadcasting. So broadcasting team did a lot more elaborate shit, and there was a lot more staff involved. We did a creator hotel. So we bought out a hotel to make sure all the creators had a safe place that they can stay.
As more videos came out about Creator Clash by commentary creators within the space and them questioning how Ian and Anissa dropped the ball in this event so badly, Anissa actually called out some of these creators. These videos were all posted on Twitter, but it's just Anissa ranting about the community and how they have no clue how much time and effort they put into this event.
We explained this in the Patreon podcast. This person's lawyer, the Shakedown lawyer, used a commentary video, okay, that insinuated, I have to be very careful with my words here because this person will say technically they didn't say that, insinuated that we pocketed money, insinuated that we didn't actually lose money, okay, insinuated that it only costs $100,000 to run an event like this, which is not true, okay? This is in the millions. This event costs in the millions to run. I'm not kidding. It's fucked up, okay? And that all is our responsibility. We took that on because we wanted to do something fun and cool and good for charity and whatever. It is a very expensive event to run. There's a lot that goes on, okay? It's a huge thing. It's a 20,000 seat arena. Anyways, the lawyer used the YouTube video to say that this was proof that we were pocketing money. So the point that I was making with that clip that got taken out of context again, or like he just didn't understand what I was saying, is that we were in a shakedown lawsuit, and part of the reason why they thought that they could bark up our tree was because commentary YouTubers have no idea what it is to work a normal job, let alone put on a whole event, okay? You have no clue. You don't even know what it's like to clock in and have someone breathe down your neck. So don't tell me how much it costs. $100,000 does not even cost 1/4 of the broadcasting fees. So, like, I don't know what crack these like commentary YouTubers are on, but I want some. No, I know. This is going on. I love how I didn't wear makeup today. I look disgusting as shit.
About a year ago, Anissa and iDubbbz started a podcast called She Ruined My Career, which was supposed to be a jab at the online trolls who think that Anissa truly ruined iDubbbz's career. The podcast is a lot of nothing. For them being married, they really don't have a lot of chemistry on camera. And it seems like it's a lot of Anissa talking and iDubbbz just agreeing with her throughout the whole entire podcast. The podcast started out strong, but now it barely gets any views at all. Like I saw the latest podcast episode up on their YouTube channel, and it only has around 1.2 or 1.5 thousand views, which is not a lot. If we look at Social Blade, iDubbbz has been bleeding subscribers for almost a year, losing 10,000 subscribers every couple of weeks. People feel like iDubbbz turned into a simp, lets his wife walk all over him and tell him what to do and when to do it, and they also feel like iDubbbz lost any respect that he had, which is why a ton of his fans are starting to unsubscribe from him. iDubbbz is a shell of his former self. Even though him switching his content is commendable, I feel like it shouldn't be his whole personality. Oh, I switched my content because I was a terrible content creator back then. That shouldn't need to be said over and over and over again. Yes, his content was uncomfortably toxic and terrible, but him constantly bringing it up and making the audience feel bad for watching it also makes it seem like the audience are just as bad for consuming the product. iDubbbz had an insane free fall from the peak of his career. And now it seems like he won't be able to make a comeback to where he was back in the day. But how do you feel about iDubbbz? Do you like his content, or do you feel weird watching it now? Let me know in the comments down below. While you're down there, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel to get us closer to 200,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.